Episode 8 of Star Trek Picard gave us a lot of information, so I want to break down the answers that we got and what they mean. So thousands of centuries ago, they're going with 200,000 years ago.
300,000 years ago, somebody...
Right about what happened 200,000 years ago. The past is written.
I guess just to make it easy, instead of, saying thousands of centuries ago, a civilization took 8 suns and put them in a certain arrangement and dropped a planet in the middle as a, hey, look at me, because they had a very important message or a warning that they wanted people to pay attention to. This was known as the riddle of the Eightfold Star.
Our foremothers came to this system looking for an answer to the riddle of the Eightfold Stars. What they found was a storehouse of preserved memories.
The Zhat Vash was formed hundreds of years ago when some Romulans discovered this message and saw what it was saying. If the synthetic life got to a certain threshold, bad things would happen. So the people that discovered this riddle, this message, decided, okay, we need to form a secret organization to wipe out all synthetic life wherever it is, to make sure that what happened to this prior civilization 300,000 years ago doesn't happen again. Because apparently once you reach a threshold with synthetic life, once synthetic life evolves to a certain point, you get the attention of something or someone or maybe some species they don't know of yet. And they mentioned in this episode kind of like Cochrane when he did warp speed, and it was the first time that the Vulcans acknowledged, okay, humans are ready, Earth is ready for us to have first contact with them and bring them into this fold.
Because at 11 o'clock, an alien ship will begin passing through this solar system.
Alien, you mean extraterrestrials? More bad guys?
Good guys. They're on a survey mission. They have no interest in Earth. Too primitive.
Oh.
Doctor, tomorrow morning when they detect the warp signature from your ship and realize that humans have discovered how to travel faster than light, they decide to alter their course. And they make first contact with Earth, right here.
So until Earth was able to meet that milestone of being able to have warp drive, the Vulcans just left it alone. So they're saying there is a similar threshold with synthetic life. It's going to get to a certain point, and maybe that thing is watching, and as soon as it gets their attention of, oh, they did this thing, then they're gonna come and fuck shit up. Everything was going fine. The Zhat Vash for hundreds of years was making sure synthetic life was not being created. But then a certain doctor 30 or 40 years ago starts creating complex synthetic life forms that are superior to humans in some ways.
And have you noticed how your boobs have started to firm up?
This is when they decide to put a mole in Starfleet in order to bring down the research and creation of synthetic life. Oh. Commodore O, being half Romulan, half Vulcan, explains why she was able to get into Starfleet security so easily as she rose up in the ranks, and her mandate was to get the Federation to stop research and development on synthetic life. That was her mission. Which obviously O isn't the only Romulan that was put as a secret agent in Starfleet, but she's the one that rose to the highest to get shit done. So Commodore O is doing her thing, and then 14 years before the present time in Picard, she initiates a new group into the Zhat Vash to get things done to stop the synthetics, and whoever can survive seeing the message, which causes some Cthulhu-level sanity issues, ends up going on and being agents. As we see, Narissa survives. Her aunt survives as well, but her mind is broken.
Auntie? Auntie. We have our work to do.
Now, what I find interesting is, so Soji and her synthetic life, they're the destroyers. They bring destruction or attention of the things, the hell that comes and just screws you up. Whatever the thing is that comes once you get its attention, you reach a certain level of technological achievement. And that thing is so terrifying that when a Borg cube tried to assimilate Narissa's aunt's ship of Tal Shiar, her knowledge and the despair that she had broke the Borg cube. And if you're thinking, wow, that's weird that her despair was able to make the Borg go, yeah, no. The Borg have left for lesser things before, have left a collection, a cube on its own, and just cut them off. So yeah, we're seeing the same hubris that ended up causing hell to be unleashed by whatever is watching 200,000 years ago. That same hubris was in Maddox, which absolutely terrified the Zhat Vash. So along comes Maddox, and he is continuing on with what Dr. Soong did. He's trying to create synthetic life, and Commodore O and the Zhat Vash goes, all right, we need to shut this down. We can't let Maddox continue on with this research. We need to cause something so horrific that the Federation just bans synthetic and synthetic research outright. So 14 years ago sees Commodore O's plan to manipulate the coding of synthetics on Mars and causes the huge Mars attack to make the Federation ban synthetics.
Detected. Move immediately to designated safe zones. Security grid safe. Containments have failed.
And that would have been all well and good. Okay, she got the Federation to ban the creation of synthetics, the research, so Maddox and that whole institute, they're out of work. They're not going to be doing it anymore. What they maybe didn't count on was Bruce Maddox going, fuck you, and taking all his research, leaving, going to a planet, and continuing his research and creation of synthetic life. Now here's where things get a bit more interesting. I mean, everything else is pretty interesting. So 5 years after the attack on Mars and the ban on synthetic life, we see 2 synthetic life forms get off of the planet that Bruce Maddox went to and was creating them on. Now, why did they leave? We're being told that the man, the flower, was an ambassador and his protege, Jana. So why? Did Bruce purposely send them out to see if the galaxy was ready to have synthetic life forms? Seems a little too recent to the Mars fiasco. Did they leave on their own? And is this when the Zhat Vash finally realized, oh no, Bruce Maddox is continuing his research. He has created synthetic life forms. He has made them even better than Data. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to say Soji is better than Data, if that triggers you. We need to find this dude, and we need to kill him. And that's when they started hunting for Bruce Maddox and the planet he fled to so that they can wipe out all his research and the synthetics. So what if the Captain Vandermeer didn't end up encountering those 2 synthetics? What if he, Alonso, hadn't contacted Starfleet and Commodore O wouldn't have gone, hey, you need to kill them, otherwise we're going to destroy you and your ship? What if they went somewhere else and they couldn't be contained? Would this be a completely different story? Maybe. Now, I guess the big question is, what happens when this threshold is met? So hell is unleashed. The same thing that destroyed the civilization 200,000 years ago happens again. Is it a specific thing? Is it a specific species? Is it something that exists in a different realm? I have my ideas, but I'd love to hear yours. Maybe I'll do a video of all the things it could possibly be, but what are your crazy ideas? So yeah, that is a breakdown of the episode and what we know so far and all of that. I will be doing a full review of the episode. I just had to get that out of my head. And I don't know, like, subscribe, and let me know your crazy ideas in the comment section down below. I know what the creature is that comes back when they reach a certain threshold. It's Cthulhu.